I've heard people talk about the world now moving into the Aquarian Age. What does this mean, and what will happen in the Aquarian Age? What are some tools that we can use to help in this transition?
What is the Aquarian Age? It's the way the progression of the Earth's orbit changes over time. So, it moves in reverse of the way the sun signs move. So we have, age of Taurus, and then age of Pisces, and then age of Aquarius, and then age of Capricorn. What does that mean anyway? Well, they're just ways of marking time on the Earth in the same way that we have, the Golden Age, the Silver Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age. Those are longer periods of time. Those are yugas, and yugas are measured in hundreds of thousands of years. But these ages, which are the astronomical ages, are short. They're about 2,000 years. But a lot happens on the Earth in 2,000 years. So rather than discuss it in terms of the astronomy of it or the astrology of it, let's just look at the planet and what's happening on the planet. We're coming out of an age where has been what I would say the age of the mind, in which people's learning in school and learning from books and getting a degree from college and all of this kind of, accumulation of knowledge, that period is ending, and we're entering a period where there is so much energy moving and so much information moving and so much heightened awareness of other people and of the environment and of the Earth happening at this moment, that our minds simply aren't fast enough to deal with it anymore. So the hallmark of what people call the Aquarian Age, to me, is the time when you move from using your mind to figure things out to using your intuition to know in each moment what it is you need to do and what's happening at that moment. And that change is a big change because people have been working linearly for a long time. But now, if you don't feel the whole planet inside of you, if you don't feel everyone on this Earth, if you don't feel that awareness of the fact that we're all here on Spaceship Earth together and that we're a family and that we're all connected, then you can't make that leap to what needs to be done in this change of the age. So what are the symptoms of people who are not changing? Symptoms of people who are not changing is they're very attached to command and control. They're very attached to possessions. They're very attached to the way they look to other people. The signs of someone who is alert to the changes that are happening on the planet and within themselves are someone who, when you talk to them, you feel that they're fully present with you. Someone who acts responsibly in their own life in terms of the planet and other people. Somebody who acts with awareness and responds in each moment, not reacts to someone else's action. So I get emails too, and people write and say, oh, is it going to be the end of the world, 2012, there's all these earthquakes and tsunamis and volcanoes and all this happening. Is the Earth going to be swallowed up? And all of those are just a fear response to the changes that are happening, which are changes in consciousness. So yes, there's a lot of upheaval on the Earth, but there's a lot of upheaval in the consciousness of the people on the Earth, and that's just a reflection of it. So sometimes I think there has to be a crisis for people to pull together. It's very easy for people to focus on their own lives and their own goals and their own achievements and possessions and family. But what pulls you out of that? What pulls you out of that is when there's a crisis situation, and then people need to pull together to feed each other, to take care of each other, to come to each other's aid. So I think part of the evolution of consciousness on the planet is that these pressures are being created from the environment so that as human beings we can learn to pull together and serve each other. And you know, we as Sikhs, we already have a head start, right? Because our lifestyle is, we already know how to cook for thousands and thousands of people. We do it every day. You know, we already dress in a way that everybody can recognize us if they need help. You know, we're noted as people who can come to someone's aid and can help them in that moment. We stand out. So I think we're very Aquarian people by nature. If we don't just get stuck in some way, we'll be here to respond for whatever is needed in that moment, because the consciousness of seva and the skills we have to share with other people, we've had many lifetimes of training for that.